Hi, this is Jason, and this is my daily vlog called Living with CMT. I hope you enjoy. I'm just starting my video and I realised, God, I look like a right scruff. I've had a shave for a few days. That's how you can usually tell what sort of frame of mind I'm in. If I have a few days stubble or growth, it's because I'm not feeling good. I don't really want to look after myself. I don't really want to clean myself up or shave or anything. If you see me clean shaven and my hair washed and everything, then you know I'm having a good time. Today I'm not done a lot again. I had a nice rest day. Well, not rest day as such actually. Deb's been baking all afternoon. She's vegetarian, and with her being vegetarian, she does me a lot of stuff with chicken and bacon and stuff like that, because I don't eat a lot of beef. I don't eat a lot of pork or lamb or anything big fatty stuff like that. I don't eat fried foods either. One of the main reasons is because of me gastro disease that I've got. Up until a few years ago, I'd have shoved anything down my throat. Literally, I would eat anything, and never mind how spicy it was, or drink anything or whatever. I didn't mind, and I could also eat a hell of a lot more than I can now. Nowadays, like before, I used to be able to eat like 2 burgers and chips, and then I'd be full. Now I'm lucky if I can get through 1 burger and chips, and I'm full. I have to really sort of starve myself for about 12 hours before I can eat anything of substantial size. Like I say, Deb's been doing a lot of baking today. I've been doing a bit of sorting stuff out on the internet. A little bit of soul searching as well, to be honest with you. Soul being the operative word. I've just been, weighing up the pros and cons, like I did yesterday, really, and I told you about the pros and cons of my life, the good and the bad. I decided to do a little chart, actually, and I did this little chart, and there was, I'm not going to tell you exactly, but there was 11 things that were bad on one side and 24 that were good on the other. And I thought that wasn't too bad, actually. That wasn't too bad for my life, I didn't do much last night after I'd finished my video. I did watch 1.5 more Steven Seagal films, like I say, just because they were pointless violence, and there was no brilliant acting in any of the two I watched. One was called Driven to Kill, and the other was The Keeper, the rest of The Keeper, which I told you I started watching the night before. I've got another one to watch tonight, but I think it's called something like Raised in Hell or something like that, or Raised in Hell, I don't know. It's another one in the trilogy. I'll watch it and give it a bash. Like I say, most of today's been either doing a few surveys. We've done a few surveys. I'm doing a food diary at the moment for one of my survey companies. And that's quite interesting, actually, because it's only when you do a food diary you realise how little you eat. I don't get me 5 a day. I don't do all that 5 portions of fruit and veg a day stuff. I don't believe in all that, to be honest with you. I think anything you eat, as long as it's in moderation, you're fine. I don't believe that I've got to stick to a certain diet to stay how I am. I mean, I'm 6 foot tall and I'm about 14 stone. Now, for somebody who spends a lot of time sitting down and a lot of time at the computer, I really, by definition, should have put a lot of weight on. I should be a hell of a lot heavier than I am now. Well, I was down to 12 stone 6. I was 15 stone at Christmas, then I was 12 stone 6 by the end of March. Something had gone wrong. I didn't know what it was, but something was making me lose weight rapidly. Anyway, I put about 4 pounds on in the last month, so I'm not doing too bad. But the thing is, I don't know whether it's just me, but I am very, very rarely in the mood to eat. I do eat, obviously, because I've got to eat, but I have to be really forced to eat most of the time. I can't be bothered, and it's nothing to do with preparing the food. If I'm hungry, I'll make myself a sandwich or whatever. I don't mind doing that. It's not a problem at all. But I just don't find no pleasure in food whatsoever. I just eat it because it's there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Deb's done some baking this afternoon, and she's made me some really, really nice stuff. Lovely chicken, bacon and leek pie, which I'm looking forward to. Sorry, bacon and mushroom pie, which I'm looking forward to. And she made me these. They were just something she threw together, actually. It's basically a layer of cheese with a layer of bacon, and then a sausage on it, and then literally it's got pastry all the way around it. It's like a twist, really. It's she's called them. What did she call them? Bacon and cheese piglets or something like that. Something daft like that. Anyway, I can't remember. She's called them that, not me. I don't nickname food. I had another phone call off my coin collection again today, because I sent him an email the other day, a really bad email actually, really having a go at him, stating that I was fed up of them nagging me for money when I've only had the coin 24 hours. I told you that in a previous video. Well, she rung up today, and it wasn't actually about that. Apparently, still nobody's replied to any of my emails. I've sent 2 now. I sent 1 last month and 1 this month, and both times it says I will get back to you within 5 days, and they haven't done. But I'm kind of used to that with companies. I think a lot of companies are useless. Anyway, the first one is this woman. She starts talking to me, and again she's trying to sell me this little coin for £400. Only this call was basically to let me know that there was only a few left. So if I wanted it and I'd change my mind, I could have it. Well, I told her in no certain terms that I'd already had 2 of these phone calls before, and I didn't want the coin. I did not want the coin. Anyway, after about 10 minutes of talking to her, she got the message and she told me she'd look into the emails. And lo and behold, about 20 minutes to half an hour later, I had a reply to my email, which I'd sent the week and a half ago. So, it just goes to show you, if you have a go at them, they'll do something. Second one I had was another company I deal with, Eagle Moss. I have action figures from them. Well, not action figures, I don't play with them. They're like figures that you can put on top of units and stuff. They're not like Action Man and out. And I was having problems with them because they keep telling me that they're sending me certain figures, and then I get an email off them saying, sorry, them figures are out of stock. And then they'll take the money, though. They'll still take the money out of my bank. Anyway, I've got a list now of 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I should have 4 items for joining and 2 figures, which they still haven't sent me. I've had about 6 other figures off them, but they haven't sent me their stuff. So I sent them an email today as well, because that's another company that keeps messing me about. I don't understand what it is with companies. If I was in charge of a company and it's my customers that keep me going, I'd do everything I can in my power to keep them customers happy. No, it's like being a landlord of houses and letting the houses fall into disrepair. So your tenants are upset, they take you court. Well, surely if you have got money coming in off them tenants, that's your life, then you will do anything you can to keep them happy, so you keep the repairs on the properties up to date, surely. Maybe I'm just wrong, I don't know. But that's what I'd do if I was a landlord. Anyway, on a darker note, I was sorry to hear today about the passing away of, well, a legend really, soul legend, Aretha Franklin. I know she'd been ill. I knew she'd been ill. I read about it a few days ago, and they were hoping that she was going to make a recovery from it. But unfortunately, another legend's gone. I mean, there's too many of them going these days. There's. It's funny because the people that I've grown up listening to over the years are now dying. They're just 1 year you could have 12 or 13 of the stars that I've known and loved disappear. I mean, I still haven't got over David Bowie yet. David Bowie to me was a legend. I love the guy. He was absolutely fantastic. I've got most of his CDs. I'd love to have all his stuff on vinyl. I really would, because that is one collection that would be superb. I had that picture which I showed you in a previous video, that framed film cells from the film Labyrinth, because obviously not only was he a singer, he was an actor, a director, producer. He was everything. And the thing I like about him, well, what I did like about him was, even though he had all that fame, he didn't try and make himself to, how can I put it, he didn't want to be in the limelight all the time for stuff other than his acting or his singing. I mean, when we found out that he'd gone from cancer, it was very, very, it was a massive shock, because a lot of people didn't even know. I mean, if you watch his last videos off Black Star, the album, you can see that he does not look well at all. You can tell a mile off there's something really off with him. And I think it was very brave of him when he knew he was going. He knew he was dying of cancer. The guy knew, to actually basically say, no, I want to finish this. I want to finish it. And I think a lot of people now will look at that and think, how positive he was as a role model. He was fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I know in the 70s or whatever he was into drugs and all that sort of stuff. But then again, you name me one star from the 60s and 70s that didn't take drugs, and I'll find you a liar tomorrow. You know what I mean? Most of them were on something. So most of them still are, I think. Anyway, and it's a miracle how some of them are still alive. But yeah, it's been a bit of a dark day in that respect. I feel for the family and all that sort of stuff. And like I said, I can't see many stars from nowadays, many of the singers from nowadays that are new, still having a career in 50 years' time or 60 years' time like they did back then. Stars from the 60s are still going, some of them today, 50 years later. And you just can't imagine people like, you know, your Justin Biebers and stuff like that still being going when they're in the 60s. I don't bad thinking about, does it? Anyway, on that note, I'm going to end my video on 10 minutes. I'm going to, like I say, watch me Steven Seagal film in a minute, and then I'm going to do another video tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have a bit more tomorrow, because I'm hopefully going downtown and doing a bit, because I haven't done much downtown this week at all. We went out earlier, we did a little bit down the village because we needed a few items, but we weren't out long. Like I say, I'm not having the best week. I'm not having the best week at all. I'm trying to smile and, you know, be positive, because that's what I want people to do. You know, I want people to be positive, so I can't really tell them be positive and then me be a miserable sod on the webcam. You know, I don't want to do that. So I'll keep smiling, and after this is another poem. So I hope you enjoyed. Bye for now. Yeah, this is a positive poem. It's just called Don't Wish for Another Chance. I remember the days when time stood still, or at least it appeared to do. The days lasted weeks and the weeks lasted years. Does that bring back memories to you? You lived without a care and enjoyed every day. No responsibilities or things to hold you back. Life was a game back then, no problems at all. Then whack, life puts you back on track. For you feel that they pass, these days without end, and suddenly you're older by far. And you feel like you missed out on the life that you had, as if you witnessed it from afar. And you want to go back, maybe turn back the clock, and do things differently than you did it first time. But it's too late, my friend. Those days, they have ended. You are too far up on life's climb. So live it today. Don't wait for the past. It's the future you control in your hand. And do what you do while there's still time to kill. Life is never the way that you planned. Think on. Bye for now. If you're enjoying the videos I'm doing and you want to see more, you can subscribe by clicking the link there. And if you want to see my exciting day from yesterday, you can click up there. Thank you again for taking the time to watch my videos. Bye for now.